Lucinda called it the worst night of her life.
Like, no, come on. If you were Lucinda in like the main villa,
but the
night
worst
of your
night
life.
of her life.
Maybe I am the dramatic one.
Good morning and welcome to Love Island the morning after. I'm Amy Hart and today is a very sad day because it's our last day with Jackie Adedeji. Have you had a good week?
I have had the best week with you girls. Going to miss you much.
I know, we love having you here.
Going to miss spilling the tea.
I'm Indiyah Polack, and with us in the studio this week is our second set of Islanders. We have the lovely Jess and Shaq. Good morning.
Welcome.
Morning.
How are you guys feeling? Fresh off a flight?
Oh, tired.
Tired.
Tired, jet lagged, all of the above, exhausted.
I don't think it is possible to be jet lagged when it's only 2 hours ahead.
No,
Fair.
it is.
Now, we couldn't have you here without delving into your villa journeys, so I think we need to get straight into this and get all the gossip.
Let's
Now-
get at it.
Have either of you watched much since you left? And Shaq, have you seen the Disney memes?
I watched one episode actually earlier today, and I've seen all the Disney memes. I've seen Shaq's a Raven. I've seen Shaq Efron.
Yeah.
People got so creative with it. I actually found them hilarious, to be fair. Like, my friends were sending them to me, and I was like, bro, I love you, but this is hilarious.
Have you seen the Tracy Beaker one?
No.
It's hilarious.
Is everyone
I
just
was-
teeing up
it's
different
so
I
ones?
haven't seen that one. There's too many on TikTok. I
Yeah.
know it's just going viral
They're
right
doing
now,
pretty
so-
well. Maybe this
Yeah.
could be like the start of your acting career or
Yeah.
something.
I mean, Disney hit me up, so.
Now, Jess, you said your DMs were open. What kind of person are you looking for? We have a lot of listeners.
I'm not going to lie, I don't even recall saying my DMs are right.
No.
And then actually, I said it to Maya, didn't I?
Yeah.
And this is why I'm getting DMs saying, hi, I've just seen that your DMs are open. And I'm thinking, where is this coming from? I'm so confused. The DMs are crazy. When I come out last time with Sammy, it was just Facebook mums texting me saying congrats. And now it's full of boys.
That's good, right?
Okay, yeah.
So what kind of guy are you looking for?
A bad boy.
Okay. Fair enough.
She has a type. She has
Bit
a
of
type.
self-sabotage, but
Fair
okay.
enough.
right.
I mean, a nice bad boy.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
I don't think bad boy and nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same
they don't.
sentence.
It's yeah, an oxymoron.
It
Okay.
is.
But what is
Fair
a
enough.
nice bad boy? I'm intrigued.
Maybe
Just a bit of
I
character,
dunno.
a bit of grrr.
No, yeah, character who can just like
Yeah, like
more
rough and
assertive.
ready.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
certainly.
geezer.
yeah.
Yeah, you want a geezer. A
Yeah.
geezer.
There we go.
Because I'm so energetic, so I
Yeah.
need someone to bring that same vibes, if not more.
Yeah.
I can't be carrying you. We need to carry each other. You know, one of them ones.
Yeah, fair enough.
Love that.
And what about you, Shaq? Obviously, before you went in the villa, you found a person, you were in a relationship. Do you
Yeah.
now have maybe like a different approach to love? Is it DMs for you, or is it more, I don't know, going out there again?
Oh, I don't know. It could be a bit of a mixture. Like, I feel like I vibe off a personality and everything like that. So with the DMs, it's like initial attraction, then you speak to them or whatever. But if I meet someone in person, you kind of get the vibe and the feel for them quite quickly. Do you know what I mean? But my DMs are still open though. Like,
enough.
Okay.
let's not get it twisted. They're
They're always open.
They're well and
Always
truly open.
Right, Jess, we've got to talk about the Charlie and Millie love triangle. How was that whole experience for you? And do you think that is the reason that you were in the bottom three that first time?
It was quite hard, you know, being a winner and then being in the bottom three because the few days after that in my head, I'm like, what is the reason? I'm never going to know the reason. But for me, the love triangle with Charlie and Millie, it was still so early on and I was nothing but open and honest with Mills the whole time. And she took it like as normal, as a normal person would. You know, if I was in her shoes, I'd feel the exact same. But yeah, it was just one of those situations.
Yeah, fair enough. Do you feel like now looking back, you regret pursuing Charlie? He obviously came on the podcast and he spoke about it and he said maybe, you know, going for a kiss wasn't the best idea. How does that make you feel?
There's no feelings. It was just a bit of fun for me. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Literally. When he didn't pick me at the recoupling, which I knew he was never going to pick me anyway, I was more upset about Tommy coming for me than even that. That was completely out of my mind.
Yeah,
Do
fair
you know what
enough.
I mean?
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
Also, the jeopardy, like she's a great kisser. Just to like make everyone believe, like, who is it going to be? Who's
but
it
do you
going
know
to
what
be?
the worst part was? When I was standing up there at the recoupling, when he was talking about his speech, when he said the words gorgeous and great kisser, he made clocked eyes with me. He just made it harder for himself. How are you pulling me up to the terrace, kissing me? You know, and that's not a nice person because he didn't take my feelings into consideration at all. He never once pulled me for a chat after to apologise for it because then it was just the whole Tommy thing. So it kind of like, it went over my head.
Yeah.
So if I would have had the feels, I would have been like, I would have come from you. But because there was no feelings there, it was just a bit of flirty banter. I was like, cool.
We saw the day before you left that your spark with Tommy was starting to maybe reignite. Was it a spark or was it just like friends who got on really well?
No, there was definitely flirty banter, 100%. But I feel like in the beginning we missed out on that. I felt like with me and Tommy, we kind of went straight into the romance side and not the friendship. And I think if we would have built on that friendship first and then gone on to the romantic, I think we would have definitely made it work. But whereas kind of we just went heads in with the romance, which obviously we're in Love Island, you got to do that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I felt like that was definitely what was missing.
Yeah.
Because I felt like after we built on that kind of like friendly connection, you know, me actually being myself, finally, after a couple of days and him being himself, we kind of gravitated a little bit more towards each other. It was a lot more kind of comfortable with everyone around the villa as well. Maybe it wasn't a spark, but I would definitely say it wasn't just friends. I felt like there was something small there, just a bit of...
It's so annoying as a Love Island fan because on paper, like when you look at that initial lineup, you're like, well, obviously Jess and Tommy are going to get together. Like we all had that expectation. Obviously, you're the only ones that actually got put together on the first date as well.
And stay together as well.
Yeah.
But it's what it is.
Yeah. From special deliveries to shock bombshell entrances, another week of pre-loved with eBay means it's time for the debrief. Love, luxe, and luscious looks were served at eBay's special delivery alongside the finest authenticity guaranteed threads. Jack's Aries jacket took me back to Series 12's Cash and Love Island All-Stars Series 2's Omar, but styled simply with M&S tailored trousers and Gucci loafers. While Scott updated the Evisu tiger jeans worn by Series 12's Ramel with a motorsport-inspired Palace bomber jacket to channel Y2K in the best way. Our gorgeous girlies, Whitney and Helena, stunned in Versace and Roberto Cavalli, while Belle and Sammy went full femme fatale in Jean Paul Gaultier and Tom Ford. But the biggest surprise? Curtis sporting Christian Dior and Lucinda in a Mercy halter-neck dress for a villa-shaking bombshell entrance. Consider me shook. For moments to remember, find your perfect party look on eBay, sponsors of Love Island All-Stars. Now, we know you and Whitney are great friends, but obviously you did have that argument in there where you led to you feeling like a bad friend. Why did it all kick off that day?
I wasn't reading the room, not gonna lie.
You were all of us on a night out. You were fine.
I think when Shaq and Whitney were having their little bicker, they always had little bickers, and Whitney's just like, she loves bickering, not bickering to the point where it's like drama, like she loves winding people up. So when Shaq and Whitney were having their little wind-up moment, I didn't actually think it was deep, so I was zoning out. As I do, I'm such a zoner outer. And then I didn't realise and I didn't read the room. So when they asked about someone forgetting someone's name, she drunk and Whitney, elaborate, because it was funny because she forgot Connor's name. And then, it kicked off.
I mean, Shaq, you and Whitney also had a little bit of a spat that night. Do you feel like it was a little bit more serious between you and Whitney because you guys were friends on the outside? So do you think it came more of as a shock?
Yeah, it was that whole situation, I think, because obviously I knew Whit from the outside, and when we got into the villa, it was like we was quite close, like really quickly. She would come to me about stuff, I would go to her about stuff, and she knew how I felt about the whole Belle situation and everything like that. So when she said what she said about it was just Belle's decision, like not to kiss, with Helena sitting there, at that point, I'm thinking about Helena's feelings as well, because obviously she sat at the fire pit. It kind of makes me look like I don't care about how she feels. She tried to say about it was, you know, that was the information that she got, but I'd already had conversations with her after. So she had all the information. So I kind of felt like, as my friend, you kind of threw me under the bus with that one. She did apologize and everything like that. And then I think there was a bit of miscommunication about AJ and her character and that sort of thing. With that, I'm not going to say like I was completely in the right in terms of how I delivered my message. I think I could have said it in a in a lower tone, let's put it that way. But me and Whit are cool. Like, next day, we was just like, yeah, I'm sorry for this. And she was like, yeah, I'm sorry for this. And then we just hugged it out. And then we was literally just laughing straight away.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of thing. And I feel like people kind of blew it out of proportion with that one.
I think we also kind of realised how close you and Whitney were. I don't know if you've seen that.
I was going to say, famously.
Whitney didn't want you to go home.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
I
So I think
saw that.
we realised
Yeah.
that
I
after
saw
a
that.
while.
And that's what I was saying as well. Like, you wouldn't act like that to someone that you felt like hated you or you didn't get along with. And then, you know, you don't wish that I was back instead of the person you're in a couple with.
Yeah.
So, like, come on, guys. Like, let's put two and two together. Do you know what I mean? Let's not blow out of proportion because everyone's saying I hate Whit or have something against her. It's not the case
It's
at
more
all.
like a brother-sister relationship.
Yeah,
you know what I
100%.
mean?
100%.
Now, aside from the drama, you were a bit of a mediator at times, sort of telling everyone to stay out of each other's business.
Yeah.
And you didn't want to get involved in anyone else's business.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've been in the villa before. How hard is it to stay out of gossip? And did you just do it like just to try and sort of keep a quiet life?
Because, you know, we've all done this before and we're all a little bit older as well. Bar a couple of them that were still quite young. But I think it was with the Scott and Charlie situation. I was like, Charlie's the oldest guy here. Like, he's 31. If he's going to make mistakes, if he's going to mess around or whatever, it's going to get found out. Nothing stays secret in the villa for too long. But I just felt like Scott was maybe just chiming in a bit too much on that situation. I felt like, you know, if he's going to make a mistake, let him make a mistake and he's going to learn from it one way or another sort of thing. But, you know, everyone is entitled to their opinion, to speak on other people's business. We all do it. It's just a certain level that you do it in.
We literally do it for a job. So
Speak about you guys every single day. So we also saw that you were, you know, you got yourself in a triangle.
Yeah.
Now, from the outside looking in, we kind of felt that maybe it came across as a little bit of a double standard because we saw that you were interested in Belle and, you know, we saw you get really quite like emotional and passionate when Belle decided to get to know Sean. But on the flip side, we were thinking, well, hey, you know, why did you feel so passionate about when Belle was getting to know Sean and, you know, she was okay with you getting to know Helena and AJ?
When I was getting to know Helena, Sean had kissed her twice.
Yeah,
but obviously, Sean came to me and was like, oh yeah, by the way, like, I've kissed Helena.
Yeah,
blah,
he
blah,
did.
blah. And I was like, cool, bro. Like, do your thing. Like, get to know who you want to get to know. There was no issues with that. With the Belle situation with Sean, me and Belle had just had a conversation on the terrace about being respectful to Helena. And literally a couple of days before that, we was in the secret garden saying, we're not going to kiss again. Out of respect for Helena. Yeah. So there was a lot of talk about being respectful for other people and all that kind of thing with that. But when it came to her and Sean and they kissed on the terrace, I was like, so where's the respect for me? And then Sean obviously didn't tell me. It could have literally been, Shaq, can I chat to you really quickly? And be like, oh, by the way, me and Belle have kissed. I'd be like, cool, bro. Thanks for letting me know. End of story. Because in the morning, he had told me that me and Belle have unfinished business. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, carry on getting to know her. So it wasn't about the kiss.
Yeah.
And I felt it in my gut. I said, Sean and Belle are being really weird with me. Something in my gut is telling me that they kissed on the terrace. But no one had said anything to me before that or whatever. And then when Belle came to bring it up, she was being really weird and I kind of felt like I had to drag it out of her for her to tell me sort of thing. It's not the actual kiss, just the stuff around it.
Yeah, it was more like the
really.
principle of it all.
Yeah.
How do you feel like that's left you and Sean's friendship? Obviously, you were saying like, you know, I feel like this isn't someone that's going to be my friend and I see him kind of as a bit of a snake. Did you guys manage to like fully hash it out? And do you think you'll be friends now on the outside?
Yeah, me and Sean had 2 conversations actually. The night that Sean and Belle kissed, we had a conversation at the fire pit and he was just like, you know, if I could go back, I would do it differently, I would tell you. So we did have a conversation and then I had another one with him. It was actually the day I got dumped, actually. We're cool, like, I don't want you to feel a type of way. And he was like, oh, I feel $1 million. Thanks for saying that, Shaq. Because it meant something to him. Do you know what I mean? And that's because we had that friendship. And, you know, Sean's a good guy.
Well, thanks so much, guys, for giving us all those insights. Will you stay for the rest of the episode to talk about our new American friends?
Absolutely.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Now, the Americans chose to send Scott and Helena back to the main villa. Why do we think this was?
Oh, I feel for Helena.
I feel for Helena as well.
That made me really sad watching it because I just want her to find someone. And do you know what? Watching her from last series to this series and actually being with her, she has been so much more vulnerable. I remember speaking to her in the dressing room being like, it's actually okay to feel that. She's like, yeah, but I put a guard up. And I'm like, but it's actually good to feel that emotion because it's one step closer to finding your man. And she's like, what am I doing wrong? And I'm like, babe, you're not doing anything wrong. Just these are not for you. And that's it.
Now, once they'd gone back, obviously, we got to see like in depth what the others were thinking with their connections. Now, Zach and Millie, I feel like they're going to get engaged at the final.
Oh
like,
my
that's how,
They're
like,
giving cute.
I'm here for it for sure.
Yeah.
You can
The
tell with
spark.
Millie and Zach, they like vibe straight away.
What do you think's different between Zach and Charlie and Curtis?
I think he just has this chill vibe about him that Millie quite likes because she's very chill. She's very chill, very mellow. And having someone that's quite like that as well, it kind of like, yeah, let's have a hug. Like,
Yeah,
let's
that's
chill
funny you
out.
say that because I don't see that side to her.
Really?
Oh my God, around me, she's energetic, like on
Maybe she's
one.
like that with the girls. I think like, because
Yeah.
whenever I've spoken to her, she's been like very chill, like I'm
Yeah.
very like this, whatever.
Yeah, but maybe that's because you're like that.
Yeah.
So maybe it brings out
But
that
maybe
side
he's like
to
that
her.
as well.
Yeah.
But they look very cute together.
It's when she said, I'm on the fence, as she's like going in to like snuggle into him
know.
wearing his
Yeah.
jacket.
Aw.
I'm
That
like, you
was
don't
so
look
cute.
very on the fence, Millie.
That was very cute.
It
I'm
was very
here for
cute.
them too, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The
stunning.
sparks are very, very contagious.
Mhm.
We've also got Whitney and Yeaman. They've really come together. The sparks are flying.
gosh.
I think they're a fab couple. What do you guys think about this? Obviously, you guys were both close to Whitney.
Wow, her
Oh, Shaq.
What is it?
It's because obviously I feel bad for Konnor at the
Yeah.
same
Okay,
time.
yeah,
fine.
Yeah.
But if you're just being impartial and just looking at the situation,
how it is.
how
Yeah.
it is, then yeah, it's feeling Yeaman.
Also,
100%.
she has told Connor so many times
Yeah.
in so many different ways that
She's
she's
been
not
trying to let him
interested.
down.
Like he should know by now. He should not be surprised if they walk in together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I
he
think
probably will be like,
But he'll be
"Oh,
okay
great,
with it.
Yeah, he'll be okay with
Nice to
it.
meet you.
Nice to meet you." And they'll be in bed together, and he'll be like, "Can we hold hands across the beds?"
Yeah,
No.
she's been trying to let him down easy for a
I
while.
think he's coming to that conclusion. Really.
Yeah.
I mean,
God bless
if
him.
she's saying that she wished that I was there
Mm.
with the person that she's in a couple with, but that's
Come on.
Yeah.
that's the nail in the coffin. Like that's the last one, surely.
Now, Tommy and Kira, it's very strange
Oh, my
with the
Lord.
bed interaction. Obviously, he didn't invite her to go straight into the bed, so she went into someone else's bed. I feel like they were all snogging different people. It's very confusing. But then the next day, he was like, would you like to sleep in my bed? Like, hey, yeah, like, and sort
Come
of
on
booked
then.
her in,
Yeah.
booked her in for the evening. Do we see a good spot there? Do we think he'll choose her or Lucinda, like, to pursue?
I love Tommy to bits. Like that's my little brother, but sometimes he doesn't put himself out there the way he should. When you're dealing with like American girls as well, they're like a guy that's like, forefront, like knows what he wants, like, come here, girl, like sort of thing. And he's not like that. He's just like, oh yeah, you're gorgeous, and then just walk away, like something like that. Like that's how I. That's
You
how
have eyes.
Yeah. So that's why and then when someone tells him, he realizes he's like, oh wait, like I actually do fancy you. Like, do you want to kiss? like
bless
sort of
him.
thing. He like
It's when he took his sunglasses off to kiss.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I just feel like he needs a few more years to gain that confidence as a man. I think that's what he's lacking in a little bit.
Yeah.
If you want to go in for a kiss, you go in for a kiss. Do you know what I mean? But he's like, can I have one? Every time. And I just think that's so respectful. But I feel like that confidence is definitely going to grow.
Lucinda called it the worst night of her life.
To be honest, I don't even think she's being dramatic.
Yeah.
Like
What?
no, come on. If you were Lucinda, like on the other side and you're sitting in like the main
the
villa.
worst
But the
night
worst
of your
night of
life.
her
Okay,
life.
fine,
Yeah,
that's
dramatic.
fine. Maybe I am the dramatic one.
Maybe,
But it was
maybe.
Maybe you need the Disney meme.
They're not even in a couple,
Yeah,
though.
exactly.
No, but I'm thinking, okay, so my perspective, it's not just because Tommy has left. I also think it's because they're sitting in the main villa with nobody else to talk to.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I feel like if there were like bombshells coming into the main villa also, Lucinda wouldn't care as much.
No,
you
You
know?
think,
Yeah.
of course.
you think Lucinda is being genuine with Tommy though?
You know what? We've got to be impartial, but I do feel like
You can still give your
Lucinda,
opinion.
yeah, I don't think Lucinda is all the way there with Tommy. And I think it was also now it's the thing of like she wants what she can't have. Now that
Yeah.
Tommy has, got an option, she's now thinking, oh,
Well,
Sean.
I need an option.
God,
Yeah,
you
Sean.
know?
Sean.
yeah,
Yeah.
oh gosh, yeah.
That whole conversation, I was like, oh, are they going to snog? Like, what's going
And
on
that's
here?
the thing. I feel like Lucinda will literally flirt with anyone as long as she's got some options.
Yeah.
You know?
But that's not surprising though when I saw that conversation because when Lucinda first came in, Sean was gassed with her coming in.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, I need to get my grafting boots on. She's a rocket, whatever. I had a good chat with her and all that kind of thing. So when I saw that, I was just like, oh, okay. But you lot were like, oh my God.
We were
this
shook
is Nah, that was, I saw that comment to be fair. I'm surprised she went to Tommy other than Sean.
So Jack has been in his element. He's in Villa USA. He's been talking to Amani and Kira. He's kissed both of them.
Yeah.
Where do we think this is going to go for him? Who do you think he's going to pick?
He's living
I
his
just
best
worry,
life.
yeah. But I worry because then he hasn't kissed her yet. He said he's really liking Cher as well.
Yeah.
And I worry that he's going to spread himself too thin and then he might end up with no one.
No one, yeah.
That's true.
And then Jack.
Yeah.
I saw that one coming. Fairs,
but I think
fairs.
I'm worried because this is his chance. They love the Irish man.
Yeah.
Like they're all. He needs to just pick one and really graft
Ride with
hard.
it, yeah.
I'm very, very happy with Jack. Like, I'm happy for him because like things didn't necessarily go all the way his way in the main villa.
Mhm.
So to see that the American girls are feeling him, I'm like, that's my boy. Like, I'm glad that he's doing that. But I do agree, like, he kind of needs to lock in with somebody.
Who do we think will be his best match?
Sure.
Do you think?
Yeah, I agree.
I think
I
Cher,
thought-
but I do think he's got the best connection with Imani.
Imani,
so
that's
far.
what
And
I
it's not
was
just
gonna
because
say
they've had a kiss, but from the jump,
Mm.
Imani has been interested in him, and
Yeah.
they've made it work. They've got chemistry. They've got sparks flying. They're both ginger.
Yeah.
They've been doing really cute stuff together. So I think Imani personally.
I can't keep up with these Americans. They just be kissing everybody. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
So
we
I'm
were
just
thinking
like-
who's in bed with who because like they've been kissing, but then getting in bed with different people.
Different people.
Whereas in the UK, once you kiss me, you're in my bed.
Yeah.
Listen.
And they're like kissing during the day as well. Like,
Yeah.
like bait places in the middle of the garden. I'm just like, okay, like, this is what you lot are on. I'm like, okay, like, fairs.
Now, the only one that hasn't kissed Jack is obviously Cher. As we say, she's been getting to know Kieran quite a lot. Do we think that she could take him away from Sammy?
Absolutely
Nah.
not.
Not at all.
Okay.
Not a
Fine.
chance. That Kieran and Sammy connection is a good one. It's a strong
Mhm.
one for sure.
I wonder if Cher will regret sending Scott back to the main villa because
Mm.
if it works out the way we think it will, maybe Imani and Jack could get together, Kira and Tommy, and then Kieran goes back to Sammy. Cher's left on her own.
Yeah.
Scott
But
didn't
then-
want to leave anyways.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't think we
He's
have
so
time
glad
talk
to be back.
about it.
Yeah.
But in whatever world, if there is a case where Cher does come back to the main villa, I do think a conversation needs to be had and probably will be had about Scott's time in Villa USA because I agree. I don't think Scott wanted to leave.
He was
Villa
living his
USA.
best life.
And I think if Cher did pick Scott, I don't think he'd be that unhappy.
Yeah.
No. But
He
she
was enjoying
didn't.
himself for sure.
There you go. So now he's walked back into the villa.
Yeah.
But do you know what? I think
Smile
Leanne can
faces.
sense something.
She's picking it
You know,
up,
like
yeah.
a woman's intuition.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And like, obviously from last night's episode, like Leanne's not, I don't think she's trying to self-sabotage, but I think she's also thinking like, something's off.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
she's gone to Villa USA, but I've not, spoken to anyone. I've not really explored. I think Leanne can feel something in her gut. That
Well,
something just
he
wasn't.
said to her in bed, didn't he, about,
He had a
beer
kiss?
pong was really fun. Yeah, I kissed that
Mm.
Cher girl that was into me. Why? Why tell her that?
And then was like, oh, it's just a game.
it's just a game.
Fair.
Well, I'm really looking forward to Sunday night's episode to see how this progresses because they've got to go back to the main villa at some point. And you know me, I love the logistics. I want to know how they're going back. but thank you so much for giving us your insights as well.
Guys, thank you for having
Thank
us.
you
as
for
You
well.
guys had a
having
nice
us.
time.
Yeah, nah, it's been
It's
fun.
been so
Yeah.
fun.
I like chatting with the girls.
And that's it for the brilliant Jackie Adedeji,
Oh.
friend of the pod. We love having you in. Have you had a great week?
I've honestly had the best week and I'm going to miss screaming at the telly with you
We'll
guys.
have to get you on FaceTime.
Yes, please.
And we'll be here tomorrow for our exclusive bonus episode. We're going to be having the likes of Jackie. We're going to have Shaq, Jess, AJ, and Charlie. So make sure you do not miss it. See you then.